video tutorials. Today I will be sharing with you all the steps that I do to make my skin look flawless with makeup. Start off by applying concealer. Make sure you have let your moisturizer soak in and dry before you apply the concealer. I don't really use a primer right now. I do have one, but I don't like it. The only thing I do prime is pimples. Today I don't really have any bad pimples, but I have this smoothing primer from SEPHORA. It is a green product, but the green color actually eliminates the red blemishes on your face. So if you do have a pretty bad pimple, you should use this. Alright, I just started using this PhotoReady makeup by Revlon. I really like this product. Other gurus have said that they think it whitens their face in pictures and all of that, but the way to eliminate that is to put bronzer on and to make sure you put setting powder on top of this concealer. If you want to skip all those steps, I don't suggest buying this because it will whiten your face in pictures and flash, especially in the sun. You want to make sure to shake it because it does have those, like I said in my earlier tutorial for moisturizing, it has those light reflecting minerals in it, so you want to make sure you give it a nice shake. Now for my face, this color is called Shell. It's number 3. I always go a little bit darker than my actual skin tone because I am quite white. And you also want to remember that it's winter time. You're not really tanning as much unless you use a self tanner or you actually go tanning. So you want to make sure you have a different color concealer for the winter and for the summertime because you're not sun-kissed like you are over the summer. So this is my winter color. It's I'd probably say about 1 shade darker than my actual skin tone. So I'm going to put some on my hands, which I have washed, and it's not oily. I first start off with 2 squirts, so figure about a nickel size. You rub it into your hands, don't rub too much, and then just rub it into your skin. The next step that I do is this Brighten Eyes by ALMAY. I don't think you can really see it, but I'll post a picture. Now this product has a little brush, but I don't use that brush. So you squirt out a little bit, can't really see it, and then you put it under your eye. Then you take a foundation brush. This is the foundation brush from e.l.f. It's about $1 online on eyeslipsface.com. And you want to make sure that you put it all over your eye area so it gets rid of that redness. Try and get as close to your bottom lashes as possible. And you want to blend because you don't want to have a lighter color ring around your eye. Now, this eye brightener is supposed to be brighter and lighter than your concealer. Don't get a color that's too dark for your skin tone because it won't lighten and brighten like it's supposed to. Now, I recently heard on Dr. Oz, I don't know if it's true like I said earlier in a different video, but he says not to use any of these eye creams and all that stuff to get rid of bags. So I don't. He says they cause wrinkles and all that stuff that you're going to get anyway, but you don't want it to be worse. So I just conceal it. So now you can see my bags under my eyes are gone. Now, you always want to set your concealer and your under eye So I have two different types of powders. The powder I use under my eyes is this Maybelline mineral powder. It's the same color as my under eye concealer, so it's very bright. I use an angled brush. This is also from e.l.f. This is actually a bronzing brush, but I find that it's not good for bronzing because it's not fluffy enough, so I use it for my under eye. It's angled. So you take a little bit of that product, your brush will turn a little white, and you want to put it wherever you just put that under eye concealer. Now under your eyes, you want to make sure you add some extra loose powder. You want it to be very loose, and you want a lot of powder there, because just in case when you're doing your eyeshadow and you drop pigment under your eye, it's easier to swipe off. Now I have found that doing my eyes and eyeshadow before concealer helps a lot. Now, that is how you set your bronzer. I have the SEPHORA Sun Disc. I really like this bronzer. It doesn't have any of that glimmery, shimmery stuff. Its product doesn't come out really that cakey and that dark, and I really like it for that. So when you put on bronzer, you want to sweep it in a circular motion, and you make sure you use a fluffy brush. This is the Professional Total Face Brush from e.l.f. And like I said earlier, you want to go fast and in circular motions. Don't forget your neck, you don't want that ring. You also want to do on your eyes if you are not wearing eyeshadow. Now this is the part where it gets tricky. You want to lift up your baby hairs and get into your scalp a little bit, so it looks natural, and your ears. Alright, so that's a little bit of bronzer for a little light, a little dark color. Use a darker bronzer. This is Malibu Tan. They have a whole line of tanning products. This is a much darker color. Now I do the fishy face like that, and you want to put the bronzer right here. You want to put that bronzer into the hollow part. And don't forget to sweep up. You also want a dab on the bridge of your nose to give dimension. A little bit on the pointy part of your forehead. And on your chin and jaw area, just to make that bone structure stick out a little bit more. Don't forget to blend, but don't blend so much that it's not dimensional anymore. The color that I use is Copper Tone, another MAC color. This one is more of a bronzer color. It's almost the same color as my Sun Disc, maybe a little bit lighter. So I sweep that on my cheekbones, above where you put that darker bronzer. Apples of my cheeks, since I have a very light complexion, I use Well Dressed, another MAC shadow, another MAC blush. And to do the apples of your cheeks, you want to smile and just go around in a circle. But don't forget to blend. And just do the dab of your nose so it doesn't look like that color came out of nowhere. Step, before you put mascara on, I use this Makeup Forever Professional HD powder. Now, this high definition powder, when I bought it, I was like, okay, I've heard that this is good. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I was I don't know, I just didn't want to buy it because it is a lot of money, and I didn't really think it's gonna do anything. This is what it looks like. It's a loose powder. It's white. So when I bought it, I was like, okay, this is not going to work for my skin. But if you do use this product, you want to make sure that it doesn't lighten your skin. That's why I always apply bronzer first. Use that same fluffy brush that you used with the bronzer. You want to be careful because this stuff goes everywhere. You can see the smoke. It makes smoke. Now, it is like a mineral powder. It's just a pressed powder, and this is going to set all of the concealer that you just put on, and foundation, and all that stuff. This does lighten your complexion. That's why I always apply bronzer. Don't forget the neck again. Now with this, you really have to blend because you don't want your face to be washed out. So let's blend a little more. Alright, now you should have that perfect glowing skin, just like I have right now, and I'm showing you in the sunlight.